Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another theatre video. This evening I'm off to see Woman in Black to celebrate their 30th anniversary in the West End. I've never seen the show but I have seen the movie, so I'm kind of nervous because I know that it's quite scary, but I'm also very excited as I get a big adrenaline rush from that, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be talking to some of the cast beforehand, so I will put that all in this video. So I really hope you enjoy watching this video and I can't wait to see the show. So without further ado, let's go and see Woman in Black. Woo! Let's go! Yay!
I'm Stuart Fox, and I'm playing Arthur Kipps. Or am I playing the actor? I never quite know. Yeah, one or the other. And yeah.
Hello, I'm Matthew Spencer, and I play the actor and also Arthur Kipps. Well, we both do. Yes.
And you've both been part of the show before, so what was it that really made you want to come back to Women in Black?
Oh, it's just a nice family show. I just love it. It's a magic vibe, isn't it? And that songs, I just want to do the songs again. It's brilliant. I loved it. It's very nice, but it's very warm. And, Robin Herford, who sort of directs it, it's just brilliant. I worked with him quite a bit. He's just one of the nicest guys in the world. It's just nice to be back under his umbrella again. And Peter and everyone who works here is just brilliant. And it's a nice cuddly little show. I mean, it's a bit frightening here and there, but it's small and it's doable.
To be in it feels cuddly, doesn't it? It feels, because it's so, you get to stretch your acting muscles and use the skills that you may never kind of learn at drama school and never then kind of get to use anymore, playing multiple characters and using very kind of poor theatre of very few props and set and kind of just good piece of storytelling. Yeah. Few sound effects, few lighting effects, and that's what I mean. And you get them screaming out of their seats hopefully sometimes.
Oh.
Me. Is that what you think makes it so special? Is that it comes from such a kind of raw theatrical place?
Yes, I think. Well, I think we were talking to Robin about this recently, and I think actually the way that it was. Robin talked about how it was first created, and it was a very small budget. So it's like we can use no more than 4 actors. And actually, if they had the budget to kind of employ 10 or 12 actors and to play all the things, it might not have had the magic that it is with the very small set and the very small amount of props and only 2 of us in it.
It's that need to be creative, isn't it? You have to create, because you don't have all the other things that you might normally have.
When was the first time you both saw the show?
I saw it when I was doing my A-levels. I came to see it, I think, on a school trip, and then I saw it again kind of just after I graduated drama school, so it was one of those things, I'd like to go and see that again. And I remember being terrified. Doing that classic thing of going to a theatre and going, how could it be scary? It's in the theatre, it's easy, come on, I'll be fine. And I was screaming and onto my chair as well.
So obviously it's come up to its 30th year, which is incredible. Very popular play. What does it feel to be part of that?
Oh, well, I think we feel very special, really. I mean, it's just amazing. 30 years for this to survive, 30 years in a cutthroat business like this. It's quite something. So, yeah, I'm very proud to be part of this. This is my 3rd go, and I think your second go. Yeah.
It's wonderful to be part of it's such a kind of part of theatre history, it's been here for 30 years. It feels very much, this theatre is it. And it's great to kind of, and also, it's just a really great bit of theatre. Like, it's really lovely to be in something that you can kind of invite anyone you know to come and see it, and they'll get something from it, enjoy it hopefully, because there's hopefully some laughs and some jumps and some kind of there's hopefully something for
Last
everyone.
time I was here at this theatre was before Woman in Black. It was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Wow.
When the Falklands War was on, so that was a long time, obviously over 30 years ago. A completely different show, but I mean the same theatre. So this theatre's been good to me. Yeah.
What would you say the main difference is in seeing it live in a theatre compared to the 2 film adaptations?
Well, because in a film, it's all been recorded, and it's all going to go as you recorded it. And if you can remove yourself from the fact that it is a film, you can get scared by watching it. But you can only get scared to a certain amount. And in a live theatre, anything can happen. And I've just told a little story backstage of what I've seen at the back of this theatre. So there are things that go on in a live performance which you just don't get. You can't record them. So anything can happen any night.
Yes, in kind of any direction, and from any angle, and
Over the years, kind of through school, a lot of my friends have seen it. I've not actually seen it yet, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I know that I should be terrified, but also a lot of people have heard a rumour that this theatre is actually haunted.
Yeah.
What have you heard about the
I
rumours?
just actually heard that this afternoon. I didn't realise that it was haunted, but somebody told me, that we were interviewed just now by somebody, and they'd heard the same story about this place being haunted. But I think most West End theatres of a certain age all have their resident ghosts, whatever. So just, I mean, across the road, the Drury Lane definitely has ghosts. So they say.
Yeah. So we are just sat in our seats, had a brilliant pre-show Q&A with the cast, really enjoyed that. But guys, we've been treated to goodie bags. So I've got a goodie bag, and only is it just a goodie bag, it's a proper tote bag. We love a good heavy tote bag. And then I've got the book. They've treated us to the book. Look at how beautiful it is. I love that. And then we've also got a brochure in there, so the big brochure. It's like a anniversary one, so 30 years, which is incredible. Just here, look at that, amazing. And then, not only that, keep going guys, keep going. We've got a pen too. So, happy days. I've spoken to a lot of people about the show, and the one place they said not to sit, was the right-hand side of the stalls. And guess what, guys? I'm on the right-hand side of the stalls. Yeah! The adrenaline is unreal right now, because as much as it's scary, I like to be scared. It's quite funny. Like, you get so scared at the same time, you get such a big adrenaline rush because your heartbeat like starts pumping, and like mine's pumping right now. I'm absolutely bricking it. I'm so nervous and so scared because everybody's told me how scary the show is, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same. It's going to be great. Just in the interval at Women in Black, absolutely loving it. I'm literally quivering and shaking in my sheet. Sheet? I don't know what I'm talking about. I say sheet because there's a like old dead bed covers like around, like to make the old effect. But yeah, bits in the graveyard is very, very shocking and scary. But the acting is just superb. Like, they fully take you to that world. And the key to this is imagination, and the way that they're making you think about where you are and the background, the environment. You feel like you're actually there. No spoilers, but The Woman in Black is absolutely terrifying. And there's smoke, there's effects, but it's minimal effects, which is very, very simplistic and clever. It makes you more scared. But I've literally been quivering in my seat, and I've already got sweaty palms. Every time something goes dark or quiet and it's a loud bang, I get sweaty palms, which is a sign of a good show, because it's thrilling, literally thrilling. Their heart is pumping and their adrenaline is pumping, and I can't wait for Act 2. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't remember how it ends. I remember watching the movie, but I've never seen the stage show, but this is just class. It's absolutely class compared to the movie. Like, you can't even compare the two. Live theatre is a completely different experience, and this is just brilliant. So brilliant. Like, literally any kind of movement and somebody jumps in the audience. It's brilliant. And I think that's what really sets the atmosphere as well. So looking forward to Act 2.
The 30th anniversary of The Woman in Black in this theatre. Robin Herford, the director. Well, I think my job here is to fill a bit of time while the libation bearers carry sustenance to the audience. I thought I'd just tell some of you, I know I seem to know most of the people in the audience, but there are some maybe who might not know the story of how this play came into being. In 1987, I was the artistic director at the Stephen Joseph Theatre in Scarborough, where Alan Ayckbourn usually holds court and premieres most of his plays. He'd gone to the National for 2 years, and I was left to play with the theatre in his absence. The general manager, who was retiring, gave me a piece of advice. He said, whatever you do, lad, spend all your grant, because you don't get it next year. So don't overspend, but you must spend all your grant. Well, I took this very heavily to heart, and approaching the end of my second year, I've been very careful, and I found that I'd actually got a little bit left over in my budget. So I thought, I had my programme all set for the rest of the year. I thought, we'll do an extra play. So I went to Stephen Mallatrat, who was my assistant director and resident playwright, and said, I want you to write me a ghost story for Christmas. It can either be an original one or you can adapt an existing one, but the set and costumes can't cost more than £1,000. There can't be more than 4 people in it, and we'll do it in the bar. And that was his brief, which didn't impress him hugely. But he went away and came back a couple of days later and said, have you read Susan Hill's novel, The Woman in Black? A novel that had come out about 5 years previously. I hadn't. He'd read it on holiday in Greece. And I read it overnight and thought, what an amazing story. But I said, look, you haven't been listening because there are about a dozen characters in this. Well, I've had an idea about that, he said. I may be able to give you some change. And sure enough, he wrote a play with 2 speaking parts. The reason I bring this up is that people say that all you need to make theatre is 2 planks and a passion. 2 planks being the stage, the platform on which you deliver, and the passion being a story, the desire to share it, and the expertise with which you can do that. I agree. I think a little money also helps. and in this case, we had just a little money. And this is it's quite significant. I'm not a money man. Peter will speak much more eloquently about this. But I do think that because he had so little to play with, he had to find a way of telling the story incredibly economically. And as a result, he created something far greater than if he'd just done a straight adaptation with as many cast members as he wanted. And so I think that, it wasn't much money, but it had to be spent because it was grant, so it just shows the importance of seed corn. Arts Council, please note, that actually this tiny play, which ran for 3.5 weeks in Scarborough to no more than 80 people a night, we came to the end of the run, and Stephen and I looked at each other and thought, did we go any further? And Alan's coming back today of the theatre, so I thought it was time to move, and I moved on. We had this project to try and get a production in London. Enter Peter Wilson, a friend already of Stephen Manifest, and someone who he'd introduced to me to him, and he stepped forward, and a year after we opened in Scarborough, we had the first read-through of a show with Charlie Kay and John Tatine, both of them in the audience tonight. In January 1989, we ran there for 7 or 8 weeks. Very good notices. On the strength of which notices, we went to Strand. We were there for 6 weeks. We then moved to the Playhouse. We were there for about 3 months. And finally, we arrived here this week, 30 years ago. And we have been here ever since. And it's a joy. Looking out, I see so many wonderful faces of friends and family. It is a family. It's a huge, extended family. Each time we rehearse it, it's a small, tight-knit unit, stage management, actors, and it's wonderful. And I have to thank so many people, but Peter particularly, because he, as a producer, allowed me the freedom to cast the play as I wanted to cast it, and to allow the people who I had cast to play the parts as they saw fit. So they actually had ownership for that 9 months. So it was their play, as it's Stuart's and Matt's now. It's been a wonderful trip, a just extraordinary trip, and I can't believe it's 30 years, but I'm going to shut up now.
Imagine, if you would, this stage in Ireland. Ireland is populated by some of the greatest sound design I know, courtesy of Rod Mead, some of the greatest lighting design I know, care of Kevin Sleep. The costumes and lighting, property of Michael Holt, who's sitting down here. And a great story, by Susan Hill, and an astounding adaptation by Stephen Mallatrat, all on this island. And every island needs its Prospero, and we have here. I should tell you that the Woman in Black is not just directed by Robin, but all the voices you hear are Robin's family. Just the introduction before the show, turn up your mobile phones, but the station master and the clergyman, and the voice in the interval, and of course Janet Humphrey is recorded by dear darling Leslie. And the scream comes from Robin's then 9-year-old son. now I think a doctor, is that right? Robin's never told me what he did to his child. So there is an island. Now I have a number of things, at the end of which we need some drinks up here, by the way. Which I will I'll noodle while all this happens. I do need to thank, I'll be in kind of chronological order. First of all, there are many of the original investors here tonight. Thank you. The investors who are not here tonight are on a Greek island. But you wish you put in a bit more, right? The investors, that's the joke. Thank you very much. And Paul and Scylla Berry, where are you, Paul and Scylla? Right, Paul and Scylla, they won a competition, the Evening Standard, to put some money into a West End show of their choice. Right, a free, just a prize. And they've been with us ever since, Paul and Scylla and all the and then I have to particularly thank Charlie and John, without whom it would not have simply started. And I should tell you, well, at some point during the run at the Lyric Hammersmith, they were enjoying it so much that John said to Charlie that he wanted to play his part later on. And Charlie said, well, when you do that, I'll come back as Spider. Very pleased to tell you, neither of these things has happened. So, John and Charlie, thank you. And you bookend. I'd like everybody who's been in The Woman in Black to stand up. Just, come on. There are plenty of actors. Stuart, it's been an absolute joy. The stage management throughout has been extraordinary. John Hart, who just brought these drinks, John over there. Well, the entire stage management team for all the 30 years has been wonderful. And we move now through the Ambassador Theatre Group, who own this marvellous theatre, which I always wanted to be in, and they take care of it absolutely beautifully. And Rob and his team here at the Fortune are just magnificent. They couldn't be more helpful to us and more supportive, and I thank them. And moving to today, I have to thank my office, that is Ian, Brad, George, Janice, Ram and Dee, and I have to thank EMG, who are our PR and marketing firm, Martin Gray, sitting down here, who runs there. And I will finish by saying, we have to thank again Susan Hill, whose extraordinary story. If you haven't read it, it's in your goodie bags, I think. You really should read it. It is immaculate. It's a great story, really extraordinary. But mainly, we have to thank Stephen, who's not only written a play, which is a complete justification of an adaptation of a novel into a play. It makes perfect dramatic sense, but also trusted to imagination. Imagine, if you would, this stage island. And over 30 years, we have played to more school children than I suspect any other show in the West End. We've single-handedly lowered the average age in the West End by about 20 years. As a result of that, lowered the average ticket price. But that brings me to the toast, which is, without Steve, without his trust in the audience's imagination, none of this would have been possible. I think, therefore, the toast is imagination, if you don't mind. So, imagination.
Imagination!
I couldn't hear you.
Imagination!
Louder!
Imagination! Woo! So I just got back from seeing Women in Black at the Fortune Theatre on its 30th anniversary. Huge congratulations to everybody involved. It was absolutely thrilling. I loved it. I had chills, I was shaking, I had sweaty palms, it was everything. And it was so special to meet and see all of the previous cast members there at the anniversary. We had Prosecco, there was a speech, we got to speak to the current cast, which was amazing. I want to say a huge thank you again to the PR and these opportunities. I'm so very lucky and grateful. I've never seen the Woman in Black before and I'm getting a bit emotional. I'm just so grateful to have these opportunities. You have no idea. It was an incredible play and oh my goodness, like guys, you've got to see it. It's absolutely incredible. Just so thrilling. The noises are loud, which make you get shocks of, oh, it's just the best adrenaline rush. I can't even tell you. Great time at the Woman in Black anniversary. 30 years in the West End. Whoop, whoop. Amazing. And also, by the way, the goodie bag, the book is signed by Susan Hill, the author, which is incredible. Like, so amazing. Inside, it's actually signed. Like, I realised that after I'd left when I looked in the pages, but it's like, it's actually signed by her. First of all, it's a beautiful book. Second of all, I can't believe that it's actually signed by her. What an incredible treat. So a huge thank you to the PR team for those. I'm so very grateful. So guys, I've got a very exciting competition for you. I've actually got a tote bag, a brochure, a pen, and a signed book of Woman in Black by Susan Hill, the author. It's a beautiful book, as you can see right here, and I'm going to be doing a retweet to win on my Twitter, and if you comment below on this video, hashtag WomanInBlack30, then you are in for a bonus entry. I put these names in a hat and they are drawn at random, so be sure to comment WomanInBlack30 below or tweet me hashtag WomanInBlack30 and retweet the tweet with the competition on, and you could be winning those. So yeah, I do like to do a giveaway, and yeah, you have a month to enter, so be fast and get involved. Wow, what an amazing time, an amazing night, an incredible play. If you haven't seen it, see it. There's a reason why it's still in the West End after 30 years. Had the best night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.